Well, I think we've got a good chance. We've played well all year and have a good team going over there. Have some guys. I mean, we've had a really nice mix. I've had different guys play well at different times, and sometimes we've had several guys play well, and those have been our best tournaments. But we know Tucson National. We know that golf course, and we feel like we've got a team that can go out there and post good numbers on that course and be competitive with anybody in our conference. So, it's hard to predict a whole lot because there's 8 teams playing golf and counting 4 scores each day. But I feel like our team's going to go over and play well, which is going to give us a good chance.
How would you size up this year's team in regards to what you expect big things out of? You said it's been kind of everyone different.
Yeah, I would say starting the year we weren't 100% sure what to expect from this group because it was going to be such a different group of players that we've had the last couple of years. James was out last year, and so having him come back was certainly something we look forward to. Never know exactly where he's going to be. He's played really well. We've been real pleased with his game this year. John really has improved, and he had some good years as a freshman, sophomore, but has really been more consistent and had some great play this year. And then really probably, for lack of a better term, the surprise has been our 3 freshmen. I mean, not surprised, and we knew they were good players coming in, but anytime that, this late in the year we're going to have 3 freshmen in our lineup, that's something you don't expect to happen. It just so happened that those guys all played well and got better throughout the year, and really earned their spots and done a great job to help us with the season.
How about having James back? What's he been like this year, and is he where you expected him to be?
He has. I mean, he's worked incredibly hard on his game now for about 2 years, and he spent his time off last year working very hard on his game and improving the areas that he thought needed to get better. And he's continued to do that through the summer preceding this year, and continues to work hard throughout the fall and spring. So, I mean, I know James wants to play better and can play better, but he needs to give himself a lot of credit. He's worked really hard and has had a very, very good year coming back into the lineup for us and has done a great job for us. I mean, he along with the other 4 guys have all equally contributed to a great season that they should be proud of up to this point.
Talk about that dynamic of just having the 2 older guys and then the 3 freshmen. Pretty uncommon to have 3 freshmen scoring at conference. How's that?
Well, it's good. It's been kind of fun. We've had 3 guys that are just kind of trying to find their way and kind of get used to all this, and then you got 2 guys that have been here for 3 and 4 years doing this. Going to these courses and kind of going through the routine of school and golf, and so it's been kind of neat to see the the interaction and the dynamic, like you said, between the 2 2 guys that are older and 3 guys that are just kind of here getting it all figured out the first year. But it's really been great. The guys have gotten along wonderfully on the road, and they all get along great on and off the golf course and have a lot of fun. And having some guys from Texarkana and France and Malaysia, and then a couple of California guys. It always makes for pretty fun times when we're around those guys.
Was it last time out, first time not in the top 5 finish?
Mm-hmm.
Was that good to kind of get that out of the way? Did this team learn from that?
Really what happened over there is, I mean, that was just a really, really well set up golf course. It was set up very difficult. I mean, the pins they did a fantastic job with the hole locations. The greens were firm. The golf course is demanding anyway, even with tee to green, it's demanding before you even get on the green. Combine that with a north wind, which is not how the golf course was designed, it just made for a really tough day on the 36-hole day. Something we don't see a whole lot of in college golf. I mean, a golf course set up that way, but it's a great thing. I mean, it was an awesome experience for our team, and I think they definitely learned, because you saw what they did the last day. We went out and shot one of the best rounds of the day the last day, and especially for a guy like Sean, who really struggled, and Gavin, who struggled the first day, probably never really seeing those conditions before exactly like that, to come back and learn something and actually post good rounds the last day. So I think they learned from it real quick. I think they actually learned from it overnight and are going to be a lot better for it. And the finish is what it was. I mean, we just try to go play every tournament well. We don't I mean, it was nice, like, for us to talk about being in the top 5 all the time, but I don't think it's, and the guys knew that, but we don't get any trophies for that. So, I mean, we would have liked to play it finished a little better, but we're still proud of the way we, came back in the final round.